Living with an enlarged prostate, or benign prostatic hyperplasia, is a reality that many men face as they age. While it can bring discomfort, frequent urination, and other challenges, it's important to remember that there are practical steps you can take to ease symptoms and improve your quality of life. If I were a man experiencing an enlarged prostate, there are 5 things I would prioritize to manage my health, maintain my confidence, and continue to lead a fulfilling life. First and foremost, I would educate myself about the condition. Knowledge is empowering, and understanding what an enlarged prostate means, its causes, symptoms, and possible complications, would help me make informed decisions. I'd learn that the prostate is a small gland situated below the bladder, and as men age, it's common for the gland to increase in size. This enlargement can press against the urethra, leading to urinary symptoms such as difficulty starting urination, weak stream, frequent urge to urinate, or even feeling that the bladder isn't fully emptied. I'd want to know the difference between benign prostatic hyperplasia and more serious conditions like prostate cancer, so I could speak confidently with my healthcare provider and ask the right questions. Understanding the biology behind my symptoms would reduce anxiety and help me see this as a manageable part of the aging process. The second thing I would do is schedule a thorough medical evaluation with a trusted healthcare provider. I'd recognize the importance of early and accurate diagnosis. During my visit, I'd expect a physical exam, a discussion of my symptoms, and possibly tests such as a urine flow study or an ultrasound, which could reveal how much the prostate has enlarged and whether it's affecting my bladder. I'd be proactive in discussing all my symptoms, even if they felt embarrassing. Honesty is crucial for effective treatment. If recommended, I'd undergo a prostate-specific antigen (PSA) test to rule out other conditions. By establishing a good relationship with my doctor, I'd lay the foundation for ongoing care, regular monitoring, and timely intervention if my symptoms worsened. I'd remember that seeking help isn't a sign of weakness. It's an act of self-care and responsibility. Third, I'd focus on lifestyle adjustments that could help alleviate my symptoms and promote overall prostate health. I'd start by modifying my diet, choosing foods rich in antioxidants and anti-inflammatory properties. Tomatoes, leafy greens, berries, and fatty fish like salmon would become staples on my plate. I'd limit processed foods, red meats, and high-fat dairy, since these can exacerbate inflammation. Staying hydrated would also be important, but I'd be mindful to avoid drinking large amounts of fluids late in the evening to minimize nighttime trips to the bathroom. I'd cut back on caffeine and alcohol, both of which can irritate the bladder and increase urinary urgency. Regular physical activity would be part of my routine, since exercise can help maintain a healthy weight and reduce pressure on the bladder. Even brisk walks, swimming, or gentle yoga could make a difference. I'd also pay attention to my bathroom habits, taking my time to fully empty my bladder and not holding urine for too long. These small changes, practiced consistently, can have a profound impact on my comfort and well-being. The fourth step I'd take involves exploring medical treatments and therapies with my doctor. I'd want to understand all my options, from medication to minimally invasive procedures and, if it's necessary, surgery. Medications such as alpha blockers can help relax prostate muscles and improve urine flow, while 5-alpha reductase inhibitors can shrink the prostate over time. I'd ask about the potential side effects, benefits, and whether combination therapy might be right for me. If medications weren't effective, I'd learn about newer minimally invasive treatments, like transurethral microwave therapy or water vapor therapy, which can reduce prostate size with minimal recovery time. Surgery, like transurethral resection of the prostate, TURP, might be an option if my symptoms were severe. I'd weigh the risks and benefits with my doctor, always considering my individual health, age, and lifestyle. I'd also keep an open mind to alternative therapies, like acupuncture or herbal supplements, but only after discussing them with my healthcare provider to ensure they were safe and evidence-based. Finally, I would prioritize my emotional and mental well-being throughout this journey. Living with an enlarged prostate can be frustrating and isolating, especially if symptoms interfere with sleep, work, or social activities. I'd remind myself that I'm not alone. Millions of men experience similar challenges. I'd reach out to support groups, either online or in my community, to share experiences and gain encouragement. Talking openly with family and friends about my condition would help foster understanding and reduce feelings of embarrassment. If I felt anxious or depressed, I'd seek professional help, whether through counseling or therapy. Maintaining a positive outlook is vital, and I'd celebrate small victories, like a good night's sleep or a day with fewer symptoms. I'd set realistic expectations, knowing that managing an enlarged prostate is a journey, not a destination. Throughout each step, I'd embrace a proactive attitude, recognizing that my efforts today can shape my health and happiness in the future. I'd see my enlarged prostate not as a setback, but as an invitation to care for myself more thoughtfully. By staying informed, working closely with my doctor, making healthy lifestyle choices, exploring treatment options, and nurturing my emotional well-being, I'd empower myself to live fully and confidently. In summary, if I were a man with an enlarged prostate, my 5 priorities would be education, medical evaluation, lifestyle changes, exploring treatment options, and caring for my emotional health. These actions would not only help manage my symptoms, but also foster a sense of control and resilience. With the right approach, an enlarged prostate can become just one part of a larger story, one in which I continue to thrive, adapt, and enjoy life to the fullest.